Hey, thanks for joining me with this tutorial of 5-shot bracketing in Lightroom today. So what we're going to do is bring in 5 photos into Lightroom. This is Lightroom Mobile, not Lightroom Classic. So what we're going to do is merge these photos together. We're going to go Photo, Merge, HDR Merge. And we're going to merge them. Now, one great thing about Lightroom is that the files over here are not they're not linked with the files and folders in your hard drive or in your external drives. So what that does is it allows us to manipulate, change, add, and take away folders and files that are not at all linked to our main files, which is perfect. So that's what we want for editing. So what we're going to do is start by hitting the masking tool over here. We're going to go to Object, Masking, Object. And I like to try to do little windows and keep the frame out of it sometimes. Sometimes when it's blown out like this, and yeah, see how the masking tool doesn't want to quite grab all of the photo. What I'll do is I'll just select the whole photo or the whole window seal. Now with this window seal here, we have the one on the right has a screen and the one on the left does not. So it doesn't have to be perfect, just a rough group like that. See it masked in part of this plant here, part of this sign, and this little decor thing here. And so what we want to do is go to Subtract, our brush, and we'll brush in the subtract. So it is not masking things that we don't want it to mask. We'll just paint them out. Perfect. Now we're going to drop the exposure. Add some contrast. Drop the highlights. Drop the shadows a little bit. Bump the whites. Drop the blacks. That's kind of down on exposure, up on contrast, down on highlights. Shadows can vary, whites vary, and blacks vary. What I like to do is I go to the dehaze and I add a 20 plus 20 on dehaze, and on the clarity I'll do -9. And that's looking pretty good. Again, the window on the right has a screen and the window on the left does not. Sometimes I will play with the temperature. A lot of times these tinted windows, they will have a blue haze to them. And so we try to kind of try to even that out a little bit. That looks pretty good. Might bump the saturation to 2. Sometimes I just walk it up. Okay, that looks pretty good. So now what I'll do is I will edit the photo itself, the entire photo. So for the purposes of time, we're going to just speed up this portion of editing. It's general editing of the entire photo and just bringing it to where we want it to be. All right, same with the photo. I will give it a 20 dehaze and a -9 clarity. And what that does is it gives us this, what I like to call magazine quality photo. Some people say it looks AI generated, but it's that crisp, smooth, silky smooth image that we get from real estate photography. This photo looks a little crooked, so we're going to auto correct that. That's looking much better. Now, what I would like to do is to add another mask, brush, and what we're going to do is click, go 1 on exposure, click again, and now we're ready to paint. We just hand blend in anywhere that it needs a bump in exposure. Sometimes we make it bigger, sometimes we make it smaller, but we want to just blend in anywhere where it's looking a little too dark. Try to get them all to match. All right, that's looking pretty good. Now what I want to do is come over to masking, add another mask, brush. Now what I'm going to do is click, I'm going to go to exposure -0.5. Click again, and now we're ready to paint. We'll paint in around these lights, somewhat around the window, and anywhere where the highlights are really blown out. And that's looking pretty good. Now there are probably some other details that I might sit here for 20 minutes and go over and nitpick. I might clean up some spots in Photoshop, things like that. But for the purposes of this video, this is a hand blended HDR photo, 5-shot bracketing, and it's ready for export. I do want to just say, let's see here. This is where we come in to add our graphic, our logo. It's pretty good. I like that spot there. So we're going to go ahead and just export photo. For the purposes of this video, I'm just going to send it to pictures. And that's done. It's exporting now. And that's it. That's all you really need to know for the basics of HDR merging. And again, this is Lightroom Mobile, or just they call it Lightroom and not Lightroom Classic. I find it to be easier. I find it to be more helpful with the ability to change things in my folders without it changing in my desktop. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you.